everyone. Welcome. Today is Thursday, January 19th, 2022. I am Solid Blue Sister, and this is My Turn to Talk. And I hope everyone's having a wonderful day today, and welcome to everyone streaming over on other platforms. Welcome. Hey, Frankie, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome in. Hello. And Minnesota, welcome. I know I'm getting a late start today. Sorry about that. Shelby, hey, welcome, welcome. I'm getting a late start today. I apologize. Okay, so there we go. I always do that. Yes, it is. It is. It is every day. Busy, busy, busy. Okay, so today I want to talk about. Remember, y'all, it's Thursday and it's fun. Uh, um, I want to talk about that high school crush. Whether it was your first crush or your last crush or your in between crush, I want to talk about your high school crush, your high school crush. Um, you know, I just want to say that supposedly, now, supposedly, I don't know how true this is, but I think that there is some truth to this, that your high school crush or that crush that you had back in grammar school or even your kindergarten crush, you know, was your first, entry into love. And it's probably your first lesson in heartbreak. Because a lot of crushes do not turn out to be your one and onlys. So I just want to know, and I changed the title a little bit, but you know, if you could go back in time, if you could have that same crush, if you could go back in time, would you want that same crush? You know, or do you see where they are and you're like, nope, I'm good. Um, I remember my first crush. Well, I had two crushes in high school. One of them, I'm just gonna say it. I'm not gonna say his name. If he ever listens to this show or somebody else or whatever, I'm just gonna say his name. or his initials were SL. I was a freshman, he was a junior, and I went to a small high school, so people probably know who it is. But anyway, I went to my first high school party. Wasn't my first slow dance, but it was my first slow dance at a high school party off of the Isley Brothers. Mm-mm. And I always had a crush on him from afar. And I'm sorry, Minnesota. I'm saying we remember. I'm sorry, I'm a little confused there. Um, um, you know, and I had always had this crush on him from afar, and he asked me to dance, and I was just over the moon. I was like saying to myself, "Don't screw this up. Do not trip over your feet. Do not get off beat. Whatever." And I still remember that dance. I still remember that dance. And yeah. So that was my first high school crush. So um anyway. So Minnesota, are you saying that we remember your crush, or I'm still trying to figure out what you meant, or if you responded to somebody else. So anyway, um, Frankie, if you want to put in and come up and I'll read it for you, or Minnesota, I know you are also working, so I know it's hard for you. Miss Shelby, since very few people in the room right now, would you like to come up and share? Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Hey, Shelby.
Hello, how are you?
I am fine.
Mine ends tragically, so people might not want to hear mine.
Well, I mean,
But I'll tell you anyway. On my high school crush, I got to date my high school crush.
well, you
So
did better than me. You did better than me. I didn't get a chance to date him.
he was fine. I tell you what, he was a junior and I was a sophomore. I had just moved into town, and he was very nice looking. We dated for probably a semester, and things just didn't work out. Um, it was so bad, but he wouldn't talk to me. I mean, it was just awful. Um, but if I was to look at it now, um, he he moved away after he graduated, and from what I hear, he did come back, and he was very frail looking. And from what I heard, he contracted AIDS and passed
Hmm,
away.
that's sad.
Yeah,
That's sad.
yeah. But he was real nice looking. I tell you, he was very nice looking.
So, okay. So you said that he moved away after that semester that you guys were
No, no,
dating.
no. He moved away after he graduated high school.
Okay, okay, got it,
Yeah,
got it.
yeah.
So, what do I want to say? So, do you think if he had stayed in town that you guys would have stayed together, or so basically the only reason why you all broke up is because he moved away.
No, 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 no. We broke up. We dated for a semester. My my first semester here. Um, and he what happened was he decided that he was going to go out with his friends one night and got drunk, and my sister found out about it, and she was like, "You're not going to see him anymore, blah, 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 blah." And since I was living with her, I had to go by her wishes, and so we broke up, and it was just one of them things, and he wouldn't talk to me anymore at school, and as much as I tried, he was like, "No, I just can't talk to you anymore. We just, it's over. You broke up with me, so it's over." And I was like, "But I'm still want to be your friend." No,
Okay,
there's no such thing as friends.
okay, so why did you break up with your crush?
Why did I break up with him?
Yeah.
Because my sister found out that he had went out to get drunk with his friends, and she's not about that life. She,
Okay, but what does your sister have to do with you and how you felt about him?
I was living with my sister at the time.
Oh, so did she make you break up with her?
Yes, yes,
Okay, so did you
yes.
tell him that?
Yes, he knew about that. I mean, my sister went as far as calling his mother and
Oh,
told
good
his
Lord.
mother, yes, "Do you know your son is out in such and so city doing the loop and drinking?" And I was like, "Oh crap!" It's like, "You did not have to do that." She said, "Yes, I did. His mother needs to know." And I was like,
Well,
"No."
well, one thing that I can say is, like I said, at least you got a chance to date your crush. But I did get a chance to dance with mine. And it's funny
And
because you know how you and I know you all have done this. Do not say that y'all haven't done it, because I know you all have, probably still do. You look up people on Facebook.
yes, yeah.
And you
I
see,
did. I did look.
and you
That's
see
how
what
I found out.
they're doing now, whatever. And my crush is doing quite well. He is still fine, and just thinking about him, even all these years later, I still get the thump, the thump, the thump.
But yeah, that's how I found out that he had passed away. His sister. Um, I used to work with his sister. And I had looked her up first, and she had uh posted pictures with "Rest in Peace," and I thought, "Oh my gosh, no!" So yeah, that's how I found out.
So, were you ever? Did you ever get in contact with the sister just to extend your condolences?
No, because I didn't know where she was, and on Facebook you have to be friends to message them, and
That's true.
everything.
That's true.
So I didn't. I
That's
didn't
true.
want to push the issue. I mean, she liked me and all, but it's just one of those things that
Yeah.
you don't
Well,
want to.
so if you were to go back in time, is there anyone else that you would want to that you had a crush on? Because I had a crush on with one other person that
Yes, I did. Yes, you're right. And this one is still living, and I do talk to him not on a daily basis, but we do touch base every month.
so does he know that you had a crush on him?
Oh yes, yes, girl, yes. Mhm.
See, so that's one thing that I'd like to know. See, I would never tell my crushes that I had a crush on them, because I think that's part of the fun. I think that's part of the what do I want to say? I mean, unless they just knew because you were oogling them and following them around like a like a puppy
Yes.
dog, So, but if they didn't know, because both of my crushes didn't know, I mean, it just, to me, I would not want to tell them, because if they knew, it to me that just kind of takes away something from my memories, and how I just still, every time I think of this first one, I just
Well, he lives in Atlanta now, so and he's, I mean, he's a smart guy. He's a very smart guy, and but he we met in South Carolina, and yeah, he was nice looking too. He still is, but yeah, he's married and they don't have any children. She's unable to have children, but she's a nice, a nice person. Um, I wouldn't have picked her for him,
Of
but
course not. Because
you
of
know,
course. You're not going to pick another woman for your crush. Of course not.
no, no. But it was at a time that I was single, that he found out. It's not something that I told him, it's just something that he found out about, and through a friend down here, and but it's yeah, he's very nice looking, but he makes a good living too. So I'm like,
Okay.
I look back and I'm like, damn, I could have. Excuse my language. I was like, I could have married that and had some money and go
Well,
shopping every day.
Minnesota says to me, SL was fine because she knows who my SL was, and yes, he was, and he is also doing well. But I mean, I used to, again, like I said, he was a junior, I was a freshman, and again, I went to a small school. My senior graduating class was only 126.
Yeah,
So
that's my first crush. We went to school together, and that
yeah, so
our
and then
graduating class was not small.
yeah, so it was small. I mean, my eighth grade class was only 15.
Yeah.
So but anyway, I used to, whenever I would see him, um my locker was three no, my locker was two lockers away from the stairs. I mean, it was upstairs. My high school had had two floors. It was My locker was two lockers away from the stairs,
Hmm.
and I always made sure I was at my locker because he always used that particular staircase to go to come up to one of his classes. And I would
Hmm.
literally just stand at my locker, pretending like I'm rifling for something. And he would come up and he would look dead at me. He would never say anything, whatever. He just look at me and just keep going. And I felt like I'm telling you, I think about it now and how silly I was, but boy, he just made, like I said, the thump, the thump, the thump. And then when I went to that party, my first high school party, and he asked me to dance, and it was a slow dance off the Isley Brothers, girl, I'm telling you, I was just so happy. I ran home and well, actually, I didn't run home because my father picked me up, whatever. But I'm just happy, and I'm like, so and so asked me to dance, and da 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 da. And my father's looking at me like I'm crazy, and I had two other friends in the car that we were taking home, and they were like, it's not that big of a deal. Yes, it is. You
It
don't
is a big
understand.
deal.
You
It
don't
is a big
understand.
deal.
And up until then, when he graduated,
Hmm.
um I got so upset because here I am, a sophomore, and you're leaving.
Right. Right.
You're leaving. But
Yeah.
so
We hadn't
so
finished our time together.
yes, so but that entire sophomore year, I just ooh, and the thing about it was he had a girlfriend.
Oh
And
goodness, oh
every time
no.
I saw her, this girl did nothing to me. She did absolutely nothing to me, but I would look at her with like daggers,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you know. And I'm like, this boy don't even know who I am, even though he asked me to dance. But
I know how that
yeah,
is.
so crazy you are here. So I understand that you are working, but if not, do you want to share any of your crushes? And that goes to Angela and Power Girl. And Power Girl, I know you are somewhere. Power Girl, I just want to say to you, thank you so much, because Power Girl, she literally, she's either in the bathroom or she's in a supply closet at work or something, because they're not allowed to have their earbuds on. She said, well, she said when they're at work. So and Frankie, again, if you would like to pop up, and one of us will read your comments for you. So, welcome, Alex. Whomever you are, welcome, welcome.
I hope Crazy comes on. I want to hear this.
See, Crazy. People want to hear. People want to hear. People want to hear what Crazy. You know what? I can see people, and now I'm turning this on to Crazy, but I can see Crazy having people having crushes on her.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say too. I
I
don't
can
think
see
she would so
people,
much,
yeah.
but
I don't.
I know for a fact there are at least 3 or 4 that come on her show that have, and she's, you know,
So
she plays it off. I figure, but I know there's 3 or 4 that she's
yeah,
all the
but
time.
somehow
Well,
I can see Crazy. Uh,
no,
now,
whatever, Crazy.
all right. So y'all gonna laugh, but yes, I do watch reruns of My Three Sons.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so do you remember the character Dodie? Remember when the father married Barbara, and she had her little girl?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's an episode where Dodie is in third grade, and there's this little boy. What was his name? His name was Alfred. See, I remember this. His name was Alfred, who was in first grade. And Alfred used to come and stand in front of the house and would stare at the house. And Dodie just had a fit. I hate him. He's a clunky eye. I wish he would leave. I wish he would fall dead. Da, 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 da. And her mom was like, Dodie, stop saying that. That's not nice. But oh, but mom. So Uncle Charlie invited little Albert over for dinner, and he stared at Dodie the entire time. And she's like, Mom, he keeps staring at me. I can't eat if he's staring at me. Blah, 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 blah. So she says, Mama, can I? She said something like, Can I see you in the other room or whatever? And they went off into the kitchen. And see, I remember this episode so well. And Alfred said, and Alfred said, Where is she going? And Steve goes, She'll be right back. And then somebody else said, You really like her, or something like that. And he said, I love her. So there's this first, it's like he's in first grade and he loves this uh um hey Ellie, welcome welcome to Lou Rock, Alex, and Crazy again, Power Girl, Angela, everybody, Shelby, Minnesota, Frankie. Oh, welcome everybody. So I just thought that was so cute, and I can, for some reason, and I thought about that when we were talking, when we said that Crazy would have crushes, because I can see Crazy having those men or boys saying, I love her, and she's like, no, no, stop staring at me. I
Yeah.
Don't
hug me. Don't hug me.
Tracy says I'm just getting too much of a distraction to call. Well, you're always welcome. I just think, and Crazy's laughing. So we must be right. So I'd like to know anybody in the chat or Shelby, because I did have one person have a crush on me. It was not in high school or grammar school because I was a nerd. It was after I got married, before my son was born, and my husband's best friend came over to watch the fight. And this was the fight where Mike Tyson bit the ear of whoever he was fighting, whatever that was. And his my husband's best friend, his son would, sometimes come with him, or sometimes his daughter would come, sometimes the whole family would come, but he would usually bring his son. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, does so and so really like coming with you every time you go out? And he's like, he's not coming to see me, he's coming to see you. I'm like, me? Now again, I'm grown. And he was like 8 years old. and he would just follow me around, and he would just always, "Do you want me to do this for you? Do you want me to do this for you?" He would take my hand, he would hold my hand. But this particular night, when we were about to watch the fight, I'm sitting on the sofa next to my husband. When I say next to him, I'm talking about we are touching next to each other. He comes up and he looks at my husband. He goes, "Could you get up and move? You're sitting next to my girlfriend."
No, oh my God.
And my husband looked at him, and his friend looked at him, and they just shook. And my husband got up and he sat next to me, and that entire time he held my hand.
Oh, bless it.
And I'm like, and I just, and to this day, that just tickles me, because that's the first and only time somebody actually had a crush on me. And years later, unfortunately, my husband's friend passed away a couple years ago, and his son and I had an opportunity to talk, and I said, "Remember when?" He goes, "Yeah, I remember when." He says, "I was just so in love with you." Just, and it just, that's the only time somebody ever had a crush on me, and I was like older to take advantage of it. So,
Yeah.
welcome the only crazy lady. So, see, crazy says my response is usually F off.
F
See,
off.
see, see, see.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. See, oh, crazy. He made you giggle. Google. Giggle.
Google.
Giggle.
Yeah, you made him Google
I don't know.
or goggle.
Sometimes we do Google. But yeah. So
I
shall
don't
we?
recall ever having anyone do that. I don't think. I don't remember if I did. You know, and it's not been, all my kids, they never had anybody when they were young over unless it was a girl, because they thought boys were gross. So they had cooties, and then when they became of that age, there was like boys flocking over all the time, and I was like, God, no,
Okay.
I'm not, I don't want this to happen, and but now I've had them, when they were of age, I've had them call me, "What's wrong with your daughter? She just doesn't love me," and I'm like, man, you are too young to be talking about love. Let me tell you.
I, but still, they're in love. What can you say? What
Yeah,
can you say?
you're
So
right. And of course, you know all about my youngest and how materialistic she is. That's the one that I usually had calls about. And I'm like, you just have to know that child. She's not thinking about that right now. And, and now now it's different.
okay, Ellie says he was the only guy I had a crush on. Okay, let me. Where am I? Okay, Ellie says I had a crush on someone who was gay and I didn't know. I used to reprimand myself why he is so nice to me but ignoring me. Emotional.
Oh, no.
Well, if he was gay and see guys that have a crush on me, is because they don't like to be bullied. Well, crazy. Some people are into that S&M. Some people are into that S&M. Um, let's see. Shelby says, "Lou, I have that problem too. Too ugly." Well, you think people are too ugly? That you don't have a crush
No,
on
I think I'm too
them?
ugly.
Oh, please, please. Should have made him straight or or tired. Oh boy. Lurak says, "I'm ugly too, but other women wanted to." See, y'all were listening to Chill too much in last week's show. See, y'all need to stop listening to that stuff. Because Crazy says, "What the do I do with a boyfriend? Do you have to walk them, feed them?" Lurak says, "Walk them, feed them." Oh, I wish somebody would feed me. And Crazy says, "I had a crush on this guy in high school. It's because he had vanilla ice hair." Oh goodness. I have crush on ugly guys, to be honest. Crazy Lady says, "I don't think anyone has had a crush on me." Lou Rock says, "Shelby women for some weird reason like married men, and I don't know why." You know,
Are you married?
you know, um, well, that's a whole different show.
That is a whole different
That's a
show,
whole
but
different show. So
that's
I'm not even going to go down because I know what I want to say and ask, but that's a whole different show.
okay.
So we
Go
will
ahead and
do.
ask what you gotta
So
ask.
no, that's a whole different show. And like I said, I'm trying to stay on topic. Ellie says, "Crazy lady, I should confess, I'm not creepy. That don't panic."
I didn't think that, Ellie.
So I take that back. I did have someone have a crush on me when I was a sophomore. He was a freshman, and
That's usually how it goes.
yeah, and he gave me this really sweet Valentine that I still have, and we were friends all during high school. After um, I graduated, we remained friends. And he ended up. I think I told you guys this story. I don't know, maybe I didn't. He ended up getting killed. This is when I was living in Chicago. He was on his way home from work, um, and he was robbed, and
Hmm.
someone pushed him on the third on that third rail.
Oh no.
So, but yeah, but when our friendship turned into and I knew when I think about it, I did know that he had a crush on me, but we ended up being just really good friends where we were like brother sister.
Oh
So yes,
man.
I did have someone that had a crush on me. But I was a nerd. I was a big nerd in high school. So welcome, Woody Bush, and a formal welcome to the Only Crazy Lady again. Lou Rex says, Only Crazy Lady, it was horrible my entire marriage and not one since I got divorced. Must be the rain thing. That's a different show. Let's see. Is it normal that I have a crush on both sexes? Okay, we can get into this. Okay, this is still on topic here. We can get into the crush on both sexes. This is what I think. Y'all want to know what I think? Y'all want to know what I think? I think that, and I don't know if it. I mean, I never had a crush on on a girl before. I I think there are some women and some girls that I thought were pretty, and I mean, there are some women that I think are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I'm that person who I will stop someone in the store and say, I think you are really pretty. And I will go up to a guy and I'll say, you know what? You are really a fine looking man. And I would just, I mean, seriously, and I would just keep going, and one day a friend of mine, she was driving and she had to go to the Verizon store. It was the middle of the summer, the windows were down, and we're sitting in the parking lot, and she had parked right in front of the store. And this Verizon uh, guy comes out and he looks and he smiles. And I got out of the car and I said, "Damn, you are fine." And I was just looking at him, and she's like, "Would you get in the car?" I'm like, "But he is," and he just started blushing from ear to ear. I'm like, "Well, he is," So I'm that person, but having a crush on, I don't know if it's something that people did or has always had a crush on both sexes, but now with everything and people coming out and what have you, that you just see it more, that you see more kids in high school getting together with their own sex. So I don't think there's anything. I mean, I think it's just human nature. I mean, Shelby, I'm saying Shelby because you're up here. I mean, anybody think that anybody? And Woody Bush is coming up. Hey, Woody.
Hi, Solid Blue. How's it going today?
Good, good.
If I lose you, I might lose reception here, but I just thought I'd chime in for a second because I'm recently single and have been going through these weird emotions and feelings about women who have caught my attention in the past, and I, I'm I would never cheat on somebody that I'm with, but I mean, it's like you said, you can't help who you're attracted to, right?
I'm 30. Oh shit, sorry. I'm 35.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
So,
Oh my god, my truck Bluetooth. So I'm 35. I've been into long-term relationships for the last 25 years. So I feel like I'm 14 again, and it's really, really oddly weird, but feelings you haven't felt for so long.
so Woody, let me ask this because someone told me this one time, and I thought it was one of the silliest things I had ever heard. Was that if you look at, and I know I'm getting off topic here, going to another show. If you look at another male or female while you're in a relationship, that's cheating. I mean, if that's the case, everybody in the whole world's cheating.
Fuck no, no, not a chance. No, no. I mean, like honestly, my ex, like she was like we were never open, but like I'm the same. Like I'm a confident guy in my looks. I can tell you a good looking guy apart from a guy that's not good looking, and I have no problem saying that about a guy and no sexual terms of anything. But she'd do the same. Like, we would walk down the street and be someone that would, a neck snapper, and we'd both snap our necks, and oh yeah, but it doesn't go anywhere further than that, right? I mean, until you're single, I guess. Fuck.
So, okay, so Woody, do you remember your first high school crush?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Was
Well,
it
I mean,
was it a
like
good
high
thing
school,
or a
you think
bad thing or?
the one I'm thinking of, it was my first real like relationship. The first time I ever told somebody I loved them and lost my virginity and that sort of thing. But that was 16, 17, and yeah, I remember that clearly. She tore my fucking heart out. To be quite honest with you.
Oh,
Okay, I got back at her. Karma, karma's bitch.
so so this is for Woody or Shelby and people in the chat, of course. So why do you think we remember that first crush, even if it's in grammar school? Why do you think we remember that first crush?
I think that infatuation feeling is one of the most dopamine filled feelings of excitement that a human being can actually get in their life. I truly believe that. Like, and I don't know. There's not a whole lot of other feelings, and I'll be quite honest with you. Not even drugs make a person feel like you do when you got butterflies in your stomach and you're crushing over somebody. Yeah, funny.
Okay, all right. And Lou Rock says, "I've been smacked a few times for looking. Have you ever been reprimanded, Woody, for looking at a woman?"
Oh sure, yeah. I mean, shit, whatever. But like, again, I'm not a cheater. I've never cheated on anybody. I don't do that. I've been cheated on. I know how that feels. I would never do that. But I also like I know guys that are just like slimy, and they'll be like talking to girls behind their woman's back, like, and it's like not like I don't know. It just seems slimy to me. I The girl that I've been crushing over for a long time works at our little local store, and it's just super friendly and outgoing, and I always had good conversations with her and stuff. And I never thought anything more than that. She's beautiful, but until my wife left me, then and now I'm single. So you want to hang out? Like,
Okay, all right. Let's see. Let's see. Ellie says something. She said that she is attracted to damaged people. hold on, because Crazy Lady says I noticed a nice set of boobs, and Crazy says to Woody likes to be bullied. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. My chat just keeps jumping up and down, so I'm trying to follow what people are saying. No, I'm sorry. Lurock said that you are a. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know who said what. So I'm just going to start here. Lurock says my first crush was a Colombian girl that dressed like Leah, and Crazy says if I get butterflies, I take that as a warning. I mean, okay, you meant to Lou. Okay, all right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. 'Cause I'm like, you're getting butterflies. Do you think that's a warning? Jeez. Hey, Black Cabinet Education. Welcome, welcome. So, guys, I mean, I'm going to ask this, and it's a bit off topic, but it kind of goes in with the whole crush thing. If you marry your high school sweetheart, okay, who may or may not have been your first crush, or even your grammar school sweetheart? I don't know. Do you ever feel like you're missing out?
Absolutely.
I personally don't think that you should marry I understand you love them and y'all been walking down the hall for 4 years together, or however long y'all been together hand in hand, and everybody knows, oh, they're going to get married someday. But should you really marry that person? Should y'all like take a break and like for a year or something and see that there are other people out there, and and you're just missing out? So, Woody, I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead. Oh, Woody's gone. Okay, Shelby.
Well, I didn't marry my high school sweetheart, but I mean, I think now I look at it now, and I would not trade my children for anything. But if I knew now what I know, if I knew then what I know now, I'll spit it out in a minute. I probably would have never got remarried.
Okay, so Black Cabinet says we had a child, so we stuck like Chuck.
Exactly.
You mean you're not stuck like Charles or Charlie? So okay, so again, you married your high school sweetheart. So when you say stuck like Chuck, then Black Cabinet, were they your high school sweetheart? Or they were just somebody you had to marry? Or I know I'm kind of getting personal here, but I mean, I don't know, because I think that, and I've never been in the situation where I had to marry someone, but I feel like if you get married when you're young, you're missing out on things, not just meeting other people, but you're also missing out on doing other things that you otherwise would not be able to do if you were married. Even if it means that, you want to go to that party, or you want to travel, or you want to do whatever, you're not able to do it for the most part, depending upon your relationship, because now you're married. So do y'all agree with me? Y'all disagree with me? Or let's see. Black Hammer says I was 17 with a baby and I wanted to be honorable. Okay. All right. All right.
Well, we got married, and we tried for a year to have my oldest daughter. But I mean, I just think that, I wouldn't say that my husband and I got married too soon. I just think that we should have just, not got married.
Okay. All right. And Lurock says, I experienced more after my marriage, did a lot of traveling together. And Black Cabinet, I understand what you're saying. Didn't want to live up to the stereotypes of a black man getting a girl pregnant, then leaving her. Ellie says, getting married in early ages is like leaving a great party with your friends at 8 p.m. And Cabinet says, was very self-conscious of what people would think about me. And I totally understand uh, what Black Cabinet's saying. Um, but at the same time, was it a good decision? And I'm not saying that it was not. I'm just saying down the road, are there some people who wish that they had not have made the decision that they did, but they still could have been active in their child's life or whatever, so, but I don't know.
That's how my first marriage was, Black Cabinet. I got pregnant before we got married, and we got married and we did divorce. My son was 3 when we divorced, and I thought, when I got pregnant, my grandparents are from the old school, and if we don't get married, they're gonna disown me, and I look back at it now, and my grandparents would not have done that, but in my mind, I thought, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I've done this, but you think differently when it happens to you, you don't think that way when it's somebody else, but you do think differently when it's you. So I understand where Black Cabinet's coming from when he said he wanted to be honorable, and
Okay.
and everything.
And thank you very much for the gifts, DA. Thank you. So Shelby, let me ask, your first crush
Mhm.
that you broke up with
Mhm.
and broke his heart, and
I think it was more my heart got broke.
but would you have? Do you see you marrying? Do you see yourself? Let me get it together. Would you have married him young if you guys had stayed together? Do you think that you would have married him young?
No, because when you look back at things, he was not the Marion type. It would have eventually never worked out anyway.
Okay, all right. And we will talk later, Da. Thanks for popping in. Um, and stay safe as always. Ellie says, crazy. 8 years, I really get you hurts, but we survived at the end. That's why I love the song. I will survive. I will survive. I can't sing, y'all, so but y'all know what song I'm singing. Um, you know, when you look back at what you would have, should have, could have, would have done, whatever. Um, I don't know. I never saw myself as the marrying type. I mean, probably one reason why I got married later in life. I just never saw myself as the marrying type, but I was the looking type because I did appreciate a fine specimen of a man.
Right.
And
I
even
never saw my. Go
no,
ahead.
I was just gonna say, and even if he was not attractive in the face, if he had a body, and guys, I'm telling you, there's something about a construction man in a pair of jeans.
Right.
They just look good. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shelby.
I never saw myself as the Marion type, and I definitely did not see myself as the mother. My parents fought the whole time they when we were little. My dad cheated on my mom the whole entire time that I can remember, um, until they got divorced. So I, I vowed to myself, I'm not going to get married. I'm not going to have children. That's just too toxic to, to bring a child into. And who's to say I'm not going to fight with my husband? Because, when your parents are the cornerstone of what you think a marriage should be, and when your parents fight all the time, constantly, and then, fight, like dirty knockdown dragouts, you begin to think, well, why would I get married to somebody that's going to beat on me, So I never thought that I would get married. And of course, my first marriage was, of course, the knockdown dragout type. And I was not looking for my current husband when we got together. There was just no, I was not looking for anybody. And it just so happened that he came into my life. And like I said, if I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't have gotten remarried.
Well, Shelby, wait, hold on. Ellie was saying to DA, parenting takes responsibility, and that's why I'm not into having kids. Crazy said she's a man beater. Lurak says I would get married again, but these times are rough. Nobody believes anymore. No worries. But I'm not really joking. Okay. I don't know, because when I was talking about, I think last week, where we were saying, and I know the show was supposed to be fun, but we can still get there. But, where men go through life who are single, saying they'll never get married. And then one day they wake up and they look around and they wish they did have a family. Whereas I believe, it was an article that I read, that women, first of all, are 72% of the people who file for divorce. They would rather not have gotten married, but they would not have minded having kids. And for me, I waited a while before I got married. Just because I had parents that said, go and do whatever you want to do this, do that, travel, do whatever you want to do before you get married, because you may not be able to. And my sister and I, we did that. But I can't imagine not having my son, but I not have minded being a single parent. And I know some people are going to hear me say that and say, how could you say that? It takes two people, whatever. Yeah, it does take two. But if you have two people in the household, they're constantly fighting or not getting along, then, is it still good for that person, as opposed to that single parent, male or female single parent, who is, giving their child a home that is stress free from all of that? So I don't know.
And I want to say something. My ex-husband passed away, and my son lived with us. He moved out when he was 18, and we were done kind of dirty about the way he moved out. But he kept our household in such a turmoil from the time he moved in to the time he moved out. I hate to say it, it was a relief for him to go.
Okay. And some people feel that way. Lurak says, I actually enjoyed the married life. I had people look up to me. It was an honor to be appreciated like that. People depending on me is a great feeling to me personally. Oh, okay. Ellie says, you don't like to be single. I wish you find the right person soon. And Crazy says, Ellie, there are good parts to be. Yes, because Ellie asks Crazy what parts of Amanda she like to be. Good parts to be, just make sure it's not visible. And Lurak says, Ellie, no, I don't, but I can't risk making another mistake. I will just wait. So, I don't know. But I could have seen myself married to my first crush. Well, I don't think he could have seen himself married to me, but I could have seen myself married to my first crush. or at least if not married with him, you know. So I'm telling y'all, because I mean, every so often he'll pop up in conversation that, you know, I'm having with some friends that I, you know, went to high school with, or knew back then or whatever. And like Minnesota, we never went to school together. We just grew up around each other, but she knows who SL is. And you know, it's just the fact that you know, you just remember people and just the thump, the thump, the thump, the thump, the thump, the thump. So okay, I'm tickled. Fun. Okay, depends on how much of a jerky, right? Right, the right person, that's what she said. Okay, so all right, y'all. So I want to honestly know, if you're crazy, if your crush walked into your life right now, and they were perfect, or as perfect as a human can be, and they wanted to ask you out or take you out, or if you were single, uh Ellie, crazy, um Lou, if you all were single, um would you give them a chance?
If I was single, yes.
See, so would I.
There would be no doubt.
And crazy says no. Okay, but you said you have one that got away, but now you're saying no. So Lou says, I would ruin my life. Okay, Lou, wait, I thought you said, okay, but you said okay. So I take it that your first crush was not the right one for you, okay? And Crazy says, I take him back, but he was crushing on me. So Crazy, you never had anybody in high school that you had a crush on? No one. Okay, so did they know that you had a crush on? Oh.
That don't count, Crazy.
That doesn't count, because I had a crush on Michael Jackson and was supposed to marry him, but it didn't work out. So that doesn't count, unless you knew Vanilla Ice and he went to your school. So if you knew him, so he
did.
no, I'm not talking about the guy that you said looked like Vanilla Ice, because as you said earlier that the guy looked like Vanilla Ice. I'm talking about, if he was Vanilla Ice, then, and he really was, then that counts. If not, that doesn't count. That was your crush. Okay, so I'm gonna change this up now. So I'm throwing out my variable.
Oh Lord.
I love that word, crazy. So I know I'm using your word, and she says no, I wouldn't take him. Shelby, who was your celebrity crush?
My celebrity crush.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gonna think I'm weird. Parker Stevenson.
I'm sorry, I'm drinking tea and it almost went up my nose.
Yeah, whatever. I know what
sorry. Parker Stevenson?
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I was not
Yes, that man could put his boots under my bed anytime.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I was not expecting you to say Parker Stevenson.
Mm. His eyes, though. His eyes just done me in. I know. It's strange, isn't it? Don't get all quiet now.
Oh, hold on for a second. I just want to look at Parker Stevenson here for a moment.
He's not alive now.
He didn't pass away. I know. I know Kirstie Alley did, but Parker Stevenson is still alive, I thought.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, he was one of the Hardy Boys.
Yeah, but I think he's passed away. I think he passed away a couple of years ago.
No, he is still alive.
Oh, okay.
Yep, 1952. He is still alive.
Okay. He just doesn't act anymore. Now my current crush, however, is different, but
And who is your current celebrity crush?
Harrison Ford.
No, you told me that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about Harrison Ford for a moment. Okay. Are we talking younger Harrison Ford?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we talking now Harrison Ford?
Right now, I don't see how his Callista whatever is married to him now, because he looks like death warmed over now. But yeah, in his younger Indiana Jones days, oh my gosh, but yeah.
Okay.
So right now, right at the moment, I don't really have a celebrity crush.
Okay. All right. Well, I had two. I had two, and you guys may not know who these people are, but one was Robert Hooks. If you don't know who he is, you're going to have to Google him. And the other one was Carl Weathers, who he's most people remember who he is. He was the black actor who was in Rocky II with Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
But both of those men, as I can say, have aged quite well, and they still look good. Do you have a female celebrity crush, Shelby?
Oh man.
Well, you're on the panel, so I'm putting you on the spot. Okay, so Crazy stalking folks in high school. Clark Gable. Crazy says Clark Gable. Okay, all right. But you know what? Now that if I want to go back, Errol Flynn. And I still love him.
Familiar.
I still love him in The Adventures of Robin Hood 1937 with Olivia de Havilland. I love him in that, especially that sword fight at the end. Talk about masculinity at its finest in those tights. Yes. Anyway, Ellie says Tom Hardy. Billy Ray Cyrus. What?
Yeah, I kind of questioned that one. Crazy.
Do you like the mohawk too? Whatever that hell he does with his hair. Oh my goodness.
Well, he don't have the mohawk now. It's just all.
Is it me or are y'all drooling? Lurock said, yeah.
About what, Lurock?
Emilia Clarke. Okay. Orlando Bloom.
Now he's good looking. Yes. Orlando Bloom. That's a good one.
Jack Nicholson is so sexy but old. Mullets. Billy Ray Cyrus. No. I did like him in Doc. That's as far as he goes. That's as far as he goes. And Jack Nicholson, no, not even when he was younger. He's always just had that crazy look. Like, what is it? What was that line? I'm here, or whatever the hell it is he says in that movie.
Yeah.
No. No. Clark Gable, okay, but supposedly Clark Gable had
Johnny Depp. Yes, Crazy. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Johnny Depp. I think he's a wonderful actor.
Wait, before you say anything else, putting aside the trial that he was just
No,
on,
I
you
know
can't
the
tell me
trial.
this man
No,
is not
no,
delicious.
the trial. I thought he was married to a little bit of cray cray there. I thought at the
She
trial.
is
I thought that
crazy.
she was. I mean, even when he lost in the UK, I thought that the trial has nothing to do with it. But Johnny Depp, when he was on 21 Jump Street, yes. But now he just looks like Johnny Depp reminds me that he could be related to um come on who's he won an Academy Award for that movie where they were pimps or whatever. What is this man's name? See, now I gotta look it up again because it's bothering me. Johnny Depp looks like hold on. And I know you all are gonna think, some of y'all are probably gonna think that this man is like fine. Wait, hold on. This is easier for me to do it this way. Hold on, guys. I am coming. It is bugging me that I cannot remember this guy's name. Okay.
Nicolas Cage.
No, not not Nicholas.
No, I'm
Cage.
just saying Nicolas Cage is good looking to me.
Nicolas Cage has that rough, kind of rugged, kind of sex appeal. I can see that. I can see that. Okay, here we go.
Whatever, crazy.
Okay. Come on, y'all know who I. Oh, it's so Matthew.
McConaughey?
Yes. He and Johnny Depp look like they could be related because they both look like they just look like they need to take a bath. I'm sorry, but I will say that Johnny Depp, he does have a sexiness about him. Matthew McConaughey, he's not attractive or cute at all.
No.
Uh no. Mm.
No, not at all.
Okay, so what are you all? Okay, so Shelby,
What?
your female crush?
Oh my god. I really don't have a female crush. Not a celebrity anyway. Mine's more, I guess, people that I know. I don't have a female crush.
Now, my celebrity musical crush, aside from Michael Jackson back in the day, is Prince.
Prince.
Even though he was a little tiny, even though he was a tiny little thing, whatever. I can just you put that music to what he could possibly do. Yeah, I'm definitely crushing on him.
Yeah. He was a nice looking. He was nice looking, yes.
So are you not willing to tell your female crush?
I don't know. There's so many. It's definitely not Angelina Jolie. She's got too big of lips for me.
Big lips are good. Big lips. Big lips are good.
Well, I didn't mean that
and Angelina Jolie was actually one of my female crushes.
Was she? I'm sorry.
And she kind of still is. I mean, I think Angelina Jolie. I think she's a sexy woman.
Okay, yes, I do have one. I forgot. I do have one. The lady years ago, she was the original cast on Chicago PD, and she was the I cannot remember her name.
Sophia
I want to.
Bush.
Yes, her. Yeah.
Now with her, one thing I like about Sophia Bush, I don't think she looks that great, whatever, but she does have that voice. She has that husky, sexy voice.
No, she's. I think she's a very beautiful person. Yes,
But
she would have to be.
okay. And Crazy says John Travolta. Hey, D, welcome. John Travolta used to be, not even used to be, want to be now.
Mm-mm.
No, no,
Now
no.
his hair, he had beautiful hair back in the 70s.
Nah, not, no, no, John Travolta. No, y'all, no. And Crazy says, but Nicolas Cage, he could be. I mean, you get him in the right scene and stand in a certain way, and yeah,
Yeah, yes, he stands a certain way, and he's just,
mm-hmm,
and you
mm-hmm.
necessarily don't have to see his face. It's just his stance that just.
He's yeah. They just kind of okay. So I'm going to ask this: who's your celebrity crush from the neck down?
Mine
Mm-hmm.
from the neck down. From the neck down.
If you could take
Crud, I
some,
don't know. I don't know. That's a weird question. From the neck down.
Crazy. Thank you. I will take every inch of Shamar Moore too, but you could put his face up there with it. Shamar Moore, that from the neck down, that body. Yeah. Shamar Moore. Did you see that beach photo? Yeah. Yeah. I will take Shamar Moore. That beach photo. Yeah. That is nice eye candy. Let's see. Crazy's giving her little hearts, whatever.
Well, I can tell you someone I don't find. Well, no, I can't really say that either because I've never. I don't know. Oh, okay. I do not find Vin Diesel attractive in the face, but I do find his body top notch.
I used to think Vin Diesel was attractive, but now I don't, and I think his body is like he even though he's not as muscular as The Rock, I think it's too much. It's too many muscles. It's just too much. Whereas you look at somebody like Shamar Moore, he is just like, yeah, baby, just perfect. That six pack just stands out, and where Vin Diesel, nah, mm-mm, 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 nah, nah. It's too nah. Okay, Grace. Crazy says my girl crush is Gina Gershon. Crazy. She is sexy. She is, and especially in that movie with uh oh my goodness, with I can't even remember the woman's name, and she referred me for my ring. Uh where they were where they see, now I gotta look up Gina Gershon to see what movie she was in. Um she was in the movie where killed they set this guy up or something, and they killed him. But Gina Gershon, she is. She is. Okay, here it is, right here. Okay, of course my dog's Bound. Bound. Did you guys see Bound
Mm-mm. I hadn't seen it.
with Jennifer Tilly? Jennifer Tilly. She was in the movie with Jennifer Tilly. Yeah,
Bound. What's it
Bound.
about?
Um, I will give you the synopsis. It was really really good. The two of them had this love scene. Gina Gershon and Jennifer Tilly. That was hot. It was a hot love scene. So hold on for a second. But they ended up killing this guy and they set him up and it was one of those good mystery who done it, but you know who did it and yeah. You know who I thought you were gonna say was your celebrity crush, Shelby? Your
Who?
female celebrity crush?
Who? Don't say Dolly Parton because that's not it.
No. I thought you were gonna say something like Meryl Streep.
God, no. That woman.
No, seriously.
No, I'm not. No.
That's who I thought
Mm-mm.
you were gonna. I thought you were gonna. I thought that you were
That's like
going to say
me
her.
saying Bette Midler is not. No, she's not either. Mm-mm.
So okay, so are you looking at looks or what are you looking at? Because
Um.
someone can be unattractive and still sexy. That's why I say who is your celebrity crush from the neck down.
Well, I actually want to change that. I would have to say Drew Barrymore because she has got a very down to earth. And I mean, in every movie that I have ever seen Drew in, she has been so down to earth kind of mentality, in my opinion. She seems, it's like she's the same. She has a very, she is a very good actress, but she just, it's like she's the same in every movie. She doesn't waver.
Okay, well I told you about Drew Barrymore.
Yeah. But I think she's pretty. I think she's very beautiful, but she just has this certain her attitude doesn't, she doesn't have this holier than thou attitude.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm listening to you, Shelly, but I'm also reading the chat. Okay, so crazy. When you say that movie is hot, you're talking about Bound, right?
Oh,
Uh, and then
crazy.
Crazy says, probably reminds her of Willie Nelson, and I and
Oh,
I
let's
I
not
think
get
you're
into that
talking
story.
about. Are you saying Meryl Streep reminds her of Willie Nelson? No, tell us the Willie Nelson story. I want to hear the
Oh
Willie
my
Nelson story.
God, no.
You have
Oh
a
Lord.
you have a
I
you
do
have a
not
crush on
have no, I
Willie
do
Nelson?
not have no, no, no. I can listen to Willie Nelson sing. I can listen to him. But if I have to look at him or watch him sing, you can hang that crap up. He is so nasty. He just does not look like
Well,
no, no. That man has not got any ounce of
he
sexiness to him at all.
he does have a voice.
That he does have a voice. Yes, I can. Like I said, I can sit and listen to him. But if I was to have to watch him,
Okay,
that
now
that
okay. So let's talk about sexiness. Okay, so now class, what is sexiness now? I mean, because Willie Nelson has been married a couple of times, and there are some people who are not attractive. I'm not going to use the word ugly because I think that's, I don't think that's right. But there are some people who are unattractive and they are married. So, are they married? Do these people get married because they're sexy? Do these people get married because people want their money, what they have? Because there are a lot of unattractive, poor people out there who are married too. So, um, uh, uh, So, Shelby, I'm putting you on the spot since you were the one that brought up Willie. So,
Crazy actually brought up Willie, not me.
yeah, but you're up here and Crazy's not. So,
Crap.
and I did invite her, but she says that she's working,
Yeah, she's
but
busy.
she's been working this chat. So,
I
I'm not
know
going to
it.
say anything about that. But
Yeah, what a way to cop out, Crazy.
Yep, and Dee says that certain gender say quad makes a person sexy. Okay, so apparently Willie, you know,
It's not my
so
gender say quoi.
Crazy says she's got people in her ear. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So what is it? So Willie has no sexiness about him. I mean, his voice. I mean, maybe he wooed his wife with his voice. I mean, people.
Well, that could be, but I feel sorry for his wife. Then again, I mean, don't take this the wrong way. I know this is a good, clean show, but maybe he's got something under
It
them
is.
pants that I just don't know about.
It is. I mean, okay, so you look at all the people in the world and you look at how they look, how they dress, their body type, whatever. Somebody must think that they have something. I mean, would you say the majority of people, and I'm saying the majority, I don't know the stats, I have not looked them up, I'm just asking the question. Would you guys say the majority of people who get married or are in relationships, whether you are with a member of the opposite sex or the same sex, that at least 40% of it is because you would find them attractive in some way? And I'm talking physically.
I'm sure I would say most likely, most marriages are, of attraction. Now, if you were to ask me about celebrity marriages, I think celebrity marriages are not based on attraction. I think they are based on the fact that they know the uh the rule. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Grueling schedule that celebrities are under, especially when they're working. Um, they know the basis of it, so therefore they can relate. Because a lot of celebrity marriages don't work. They don't work out. They're married for a year or so, and then they split up. I
Don't you think?
think
Okay, but we know this because they're in the spotlight a lot. But how many marriages amongst us normal folk where people split up or get divorced or sleeping in separate rooms, whatever, within that year, within that 2 years? But we just don't know because these people are not in the spotlight. So is it that I'm not attracted to you anymore? I mean, people who, I mean, look at Jimmy Carter and Rosalind Carter, been married over 70 years. Are now just comfortable with each other and they just love each other in a comfortable way? Or does Jimmy still find Rosalind sexy in some way? I mean, I don't know.
it could be a number of things. But
So
for example, about sleeping in separate bedrooms, my grandparents on my mother's side slept in separate bedrooms. But my grandparents on my dad's side, they slept in the same bed up until death. So I mean, it's different for each folk.
So I mean, but I'm just going by what Lou said. He says you have to be attracted to who you marry. I believe that up to a point
Up
because
to a point.
because when you say because when you talk, so you're talking physical attraction, but that physical attraction is going to change over time.
Right.
Women have babies, and they don't necessarily lose that baby weight. You know, I mean, everybody can't afford to get a trainer like some of these celebrities who have them working out, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, and who have nannies to take care of their child. You don't have time to do that. You have men who are going to get heavy in the middle. They may lose their hair, you know. So is attraction really that important?
Well, to some men it is. But I don't look at the fact of attraction.
Okay, Crazy says if he doesn't look at my rolls and offer to butter them, he ain't the one. I mean, seriously. I mean, so I don't know.
I mean, what about blind dates? That go out on blind dates, and some of them marry and are still together. I mean, it's different with each couple.
It is, but I don't think that you should base if you're talking about tracking to physical way. I mean, yes, I think it's important, but it's also reality to know that
It's not going to last forever.
it is not going to last forever. It may not even last through the year. People can say, well, I'm not going to, since I got him now, I'm married, I don't have to fit in that dress, or I don't have to fit in that tux anymore. I can start eating the Snickers bars and all that other stuff. So,
or they could possibly use it as a tool. Oh my God, he gets on my freaking nerves. I'm just not going to do this anymore. That type of
okay, D Max says Mark Anthony must be sexy because he got Jennifer Lopez. No, Jennifer Lopez got him. I don't see the whole thing around Jennifer Lopez. I don't understand it at all.
Must be made out of gold.
I just don't see it.
Everybody thinks she's all that and a buffalo Cheerios, but I just don't believe it.
And Lou says that's when the bond makes you or breaks you. I agree with that, because if you're basing a bond on how someone looks, and if they leave you because of the way you look, then you didn't have that bond in the first place, and you never should have gotten married. If the only reason why your bond is just how someone looks. It'd also be, are you compatible? Do you guys agree? How do you see this? How do you look at that? If you're basing everything on how you look, then that's asking for disaster right there. It's just not going to work.
Right.
And I disagree, Lou. I don't think that is about looks from the beginning. I mean, some people. I mean, what about those people who are not attracted to each other at all, and they're just friends, and then they start to become attracted to each other, not necessarily through looks, but because of, excuse this word, I know people are gonna laugh, because of their personality. Now, to me, that's more important than what somebody looks like. Because if you're going to marry somebody just because of their looks, and then all of a sudden, they don't want to be with you anymore because of your looks, then y'all never should have got married in the first place. But that's just me.
Looks fade.
Looks, exactly. Looks are the first things to fade.
But personality will stay.
Yep. Because you may not be that bombshell that that he married 20 years, 30 years, 40 years ago, but you're still that person that he liked and loved and fell in love with, then what you look like, that doesn't matter. If that's the case, Lou, then people would be getting the divorce as soon as the first wrinkle came, as soon as the first gray hair came, as soon as the first sag came. People would be leaving each other if they're based on looks.
Right. Left and right.
Yep. But Jennifer Lopez?
She's a to blow up.
And then and how many relationships has she been through? Oh, she's gonna marry this person. Oh, she's married to this person. Oh, she's married to this person.
She's married to somebody new every other week.
She is. Oh, now she's back with him. Oh, now they're back together with it. She's split because seriously, no. Her and Lady Gaga, she's getting married every 5 seconds. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, y'all, it is 30 past the hour, and that's all I've got. So, Shelby, do you have anything else you would like to add, my dear?
No, it's been a fun show. I've really enjoyed it.
Well, thank you for popping up, and I'm going to end with something that you guys have heard before because I just want to hear it. You're welcome, Lou, and Lou, thanks for popping up. I'm just going to end just a little happy music. Anyway, you guys, thank you for liking the show. Please follow if you already haven't. And on Saturday, DA, aka Black Habit Education, I will be debuting Friendly Differences 2.0. And it'll just be us on the first introductory show, but we do have some really, really good people lined up. And again, it's a show. If y'all can't take the heat, then don't come into the kitchen because we're going to be talking about some of everything. And I mean some of everything. And it will be live on YouTube, 12 p.m. Pacific, 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. And hope you guys come. And we are on, we do have a new TikTok page. We have the same Facebook and YouTube, Friendly Differences podcast. The old Friendly Differences shows are still up. We are not taking those down. But as of Saturday, it will be a new co-host with me. So on that note, you guys enjoy your weekend wherever you are in the world. And I do hope to see you back here on Monday. I hope you guys pop in on Friendly Differences on Saturday. And I'm going to leave y'all with a little bit of happy swing. And that's it. So, on that note, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I hope y'all will pop in on Saturday. Bye. Thanks, Shelby.
Peace out.